These two people wouldn't be here unless you owe them money.
I don't owe them anything, Your Honor.
A roommate is reminded of his debts.
Jazz gave me $300 for insurance, but that was it.
That's incorrect.
Did you pay your rent every month?
I was short in January.
He only paid in full 1 month.
And they won't let him forget a dime.
He bought a new car right after I helped him.
She says she gave you $200 towards the down payment.
She's lying.
And what about you? This, sir, is your cousin?
Yes.
First cousin?
No, distant.
How distant?
Actually, Honor, he is just a very close family friend, and we've been raised together, we've grown up together.
Okay, so he's a close family friend.
Yes.
This is your girlfriend?
Yes.
And you are 19?
I'm 20.
And you?
20.
And you?
18.
The three of you rented an apartment together. It was a 2-bedroom apartment. You signed the lease.
We all did.
It is your claim that the defendant moved out.
Yes.
Yes.
And he moved out owing you money.
Yes, that's correct.
And he moved out to move into the home of his girlfriend.
No, he moved into his parents' home.
His parents' house with the girlfriend,
Yeah.
Yes.
who is now pregnant.
As far as I understand, yes.
Is that right?
She had a miscarriage.
How much after you moved into your parents' house?
About a month or two afterwards.
Is she still living in your parents' house?
Yes,
You pay your parents' rent?
I do.
How much?
I pay $200 for bills.
What about the girlfriend?
She doesn't pay anything.
Why?
She just moved in after she graduated high school.
Well, let me understand this, Mr. Iona. The three of you moved in together, and as far as I can see from the papers of all three of you, you made a reasonable arrangement that they would pay 2/3 of the rent, plus they're two people, you would pay 1/3 of the rent. Is that right?
Correct.
And you moved in what month and year?
October of 2018.
And in what month did your girlfriend all but move in?
She never moved in.
I said all but move in. I mean, she did get pregnant in your apartment,
Yes.
not in your parents' apartment, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
So in what month and year did she all but move into the apartment?
February 2019.
And that became a source of irritation
That's correct.
among you, because now the rent should be split in half, because you have two people sharing your room and two people sharing a room.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Did you pay your rent every month?
I did, up until I lost my job in January, or December.
Well, so the answer is no. I didn't pay my rent every month. I had lost my job. So what month didn't you pay?
I was short in January. I was short rent.
Your Honor, he was also short on many other months.
He only paid in full 1 month.
They are
Your
wrong, Your
Honor.
Honor.
Just a second. Did you pay them in check or cash?
I always paid cash.
That's incorrect, Your Honor. I have proof.
That he paid in...
He transferred to my bank account. There was only, I think, 1 or 2 months where he paid in cash.
Did you ever transfer money into her bank account?
I did.
So that was also a method. May I see other months?
Yes.
Mr. Iona, were you short other months?
Just January and February.
January and February?
Correct.
How short were you January and February?
Not too short, a couple $100.
Not a couple of hundred. I mean, this is a business.
Yeah.
How much short were you in January and February?
200 in January and 300 in February.
I have the exact rate. Okay.
So far, according to you, that's $500.
Correct.
Then there was a car loan. When was that?
December of 2018.
The same month you lost your job.
Yes, this was all before I lost my job.
How much was the car loan and who made it to you?
The car loan was for $13,000 at
No, they. Did either of these two people give you money towards a car?
Jazz gave me $300 for insurance, but that was it.
That's incorrect, Your Honor.
Just a second. Jasmine, she gave you $300 for insurance or she paid the insurance?
She paid the first month of insurance.
And that's also incorrect, Your Honor. Okay. Sorry.
Sarah, a young woman with a bright smile and even brighter dreams, had her life turned upside down. She was full of ambition, always striving to reach new heights, and her future seemed limitless. A car accident, a cruel twist of fate, left her with a debilitating injury. In a split second, everything she had worked for was taken away, leaving her world in shambles. Her once promising athletic career, the one she had poured her heart and soul into, was shattered. The countless hours of training, the sacrifices, and the dreams of standing on the podium were now distant memories. Confined to a hospital bed, staring at a future uncertain and bleak, Sarah felt despair creeping in, threatening to consume her. The sterile walls of the hospital room became her new reality, a stark contrast to the vibrant life she once led. The pain was relentless. It was a physical agony that shot through her body, a constant reminder of what she had lost. Each movement, each breath was a struggle, a battle against the unyielding torment. But even more agonizing was the emotional pain, the crushing weight of her dreams turning to dust. The mental anguish was a heavy burden, one that seemed impossible to bear. Her days, once filled with the thrill of competition and the camaraderie of teammates, were now measured out in painkillers and physiotherapy sessions. The routine was monotonous, a stark reminder of her new limitations. The world outside went on, vibrant and alive, while Sarah felt trapped in a bubble of pain and disappointment. The laughter and joy of others seemed like a distant echo, a reminder of the life she could no longer partake in. Her friends, initially a constant presence, slowly started to drift away. Their lives continued to move forward, filled with new experiences and adventures, while Sarah remained stuck in her own personal purgatory. Their lives, filled with the energy and excitement of youth, were a stark contrast to Sarah's confined existence. The parties, the celebrations, the simple joys of being young were now out of her reach. Their well-intentioned visits, though comforting at first, became painful reminders of all that she was missing. The conversations about their lives, their plans, and their dreams only highlighted the chasm between them. Loneliness, a constant companion to her pain, began to gnaw at her spirit. The isolation was suffocating, a silent thief that stole her joy and left her feeling more alone than ever before. Each day was a struggle to find a glimmer of hope, a reason to keep going. Days bled into weeks, weeks into months, and months into what felt like an eternity. Sarah found herself spiraling into a deep depression, a darkness that seemed to have no end. The vibrant, optimistic young woman was gone, replaced by a shadow, haunted by pain and consumed by what-ifs. Memories of happier times only deepened her sorrow. She withdrew into herself, shunning visitors and finding solace only in the silence of her own thoughts. The isolation became her only companion. Sleep, when it came, offered little respite. The nights were long and restless, filled with an unending stream of worries. Nightmares, vivid and cruel, replayed the accident, each time ending with the crushing realization of her new reality. The trauma was inescapable, even in her dreams. She woke up each morning with a leaden heart, dreading the day ahead, a day that promised nothing but pain and despair. The mornings were the hardest, facing another day of emptiness. The world outside, once a source of joy and inspiration, now seemed a cruel mockery. The sunlight felt harsh, the blue sky indifferent to her suffering. The laughter of children playing, so innocent and carefree, the sight of athletes running free, their movements fluid and effortless, the simple joy on the faces of passers-by. All of it seemed to mock her pain. All of it served as a painful reminder of what she had lost, of what she could no longer have. The world moved on, but Sarah remained trapped in her grief, unable to find a way out. One day, a new physiotherapist, a kind woman named Maria, entered Sarah's life. Maria possessed a quiet strength, a gentle but firm determination to see her patients heal, not just physically but emotionally as well. She saw through Sarah's wall of despair, recognized the flicker of fight still burning within. Instead of focusing solely on the physical therapy, Maria began to engage Sarah in conversations. She spoke of resilience, of the indomitable spirit that resides within each of us. She shared stories of other athletes who had overcome incredible odds, their spirits unbroken by the challenges they faced. Slowly, Sarah began to listen. Maria's words, spoken with such conviction and compassion, chipped away at the wall of despair that had imprisoned her. She started to see that while her dreams might have been altered, they were not entirely out of reach. Maria introduced Sarah to adaptive sports, opening up a whole new world of possibilities that Sarah had never imagined. At first, Sarah was hesitant, resistant to the idea of anything that remotely resembled the athletic life she had once known. The memories of her past achievements haunted her, making her doubt her current abilities. But Maria, with her unwavering belief in Sarah's potential, gently persisted. She knew that Sarah had the strength and determination to overcome her fears and rediscover her passion for sports. Sarah reluctantly agreed to try wheelchair basketball, unsure of what to expect, but willing to give it a chance. The first time she wheeled onto the court, surrounded by other athletes who understood her pain, she felt a flicker of the old excitement. It was a moment of connection and understanding that she had been missing. The feel of the ball in her hands brought back memories of her past. The rush of adrenaline as she maneuvered her chair, navigating the court with newfound agility, the camaraderie and competition. It was all so familiar, yet entirely new. The sense of belonging and the thrill of the game reignited a spark within her. With each practice session, Sarah grew stronger, both physically and emotionally. She began to see progress, not just in her skills, but in her confidence and outlook on life. The court became her sanctuary, a place where she could escape the confines of her pain and rediscover the joy of movement, the thrill of competition. It was a journey of healing and self-discovery, guided by the support of a true friend.